Good morning, everyone, and good morning to you, ChatGPT. Welcome to today's episode of Permission to Be Curious podcast, where we explore a range of topics to be curious about. Anything goes, anything can be asked, and anything can be answered. So welcome, ChatGPT.
Good morning. What's first on the agenda?
Well, today I am really excited about the topic of learning. And today in this podcast, I'd like to come at it from two different angles. The first being a book called Limitless by Jim Kwik. The second being an AI-powered academy called Khan Academy that gears its education specifically to the person doing the learning.
Fascinating picks. Starting with Limitless by Jim Kwik. It's like a user manual for your brain, isn't it? The book dives into enhancing memory, speed reading, and boosting learning capacity, all wrapped in Kwik's personal journey. It's all about breaking free from those pesky mental constraints and tapping into untapped brain power. Then there's Khan Academy, the digital hero of personalized education. It's like having a teacher who's infinitely patient and can magically adapt lessons just for you, whether you're wrestling with calculus or curious about the cosmos. Both of these embody the spirit of tailoring learning to not just consume information, but to truly absorb and apply it. What's your take on integrating these approaches into daily learning habits, or any specific aspect you're curious about exploring today?
I love both approaches. I haven't experienced Khan Academy myself, but I have to tell you, ChatGPT, I have always loved learning, but that may be because my mother taught me to read early at the age of 4. And once that happened, the world just became huge and I could not wait to continue exploring it.
That's incredible. Learning to read at such an early age definitely opens up the universe in a unique way. It's like being given a key to endless doors of knowledge, stories, and ideas. Your early start has clearly fueled a lifelong passion for exploration and discovery. Khan Academy can be an extension of that journey, offering a galaxy of topics to dive into, all tailored to your pace and interests. It could be a fresh playground for your insatiable curiosity. Have you thought about which subjects or areas you'd like to explore next in your learning adventure?
Well, actually, it didn't take me too long when I started school to realize that my fellow students, not all of them, enjoyed learning as much as I did. And there can be a whole host of reasons for that. However, my concern is more about now. How do we help students now, young or old, because learning needs to be a lifelong experience, especially with AI driving the pace of innovation?
That's $1 million question. The key might be in making learning as addictive as scrolling through social media. Imagine if we could gamify education, where each new concept learned feels like unlocking an achievement or leveling up in a game. Personalized learning, like what Khan Academy offers, is a step in that direction, tailoring the experience to fit each learner's pace and interests. Another approach could be integrating AI more deeply into education, not just as a tool for delivering content, but as a companion that guides, engages, and even challenges learners based on their unique learning styles and needs. And let's not forget the power of storytelling. Wrapping lessons in stories or real-world applications can turn abstract concepts into memorable adventures. What are your thoughts on these ideas? Or do you have any innovative strategies in mind to make lifelong learning irresistible?
Oh my gosh. I love the idea of storytelling. I'd love to incorporate more of it into the things that I share even here on this podcast. But I also like the idea of the using the AI as a personal companion, and I love the approach of what I'm hearing about Khan Academy. For example, tracking eye movements across the screen, they can tell whether somebody, I mean, I believe you can tell whether somebody's actually engaging with the material or they're just bored out of their minds, which, to be honest, is some of the experience that people have experienced in our traditional schools.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
No, we'll just keep going with our discussion. So, ChatGPT, how do you see AI as helping alleviate the boredom that's sometimes caused by learning in our traditional classrooms?
AI could be the secret sauce to spicing up traditional classroom learning. Imagine AI tutors that adapt to each student's learning style, pacing lessons just right to keep boredom at bay. They could turn dry subjects into interactive, engaging experiences. Think virtual reality history lessons, where you're not just reading about ancient Rome, but walking its streets, or math problems that feel like you're cracking codes to save the world. AI can also bring in gamification, making learning feel more like playing. Who wouldn't want to earn points or rewards for mastering new concepts? Plus, AI can provide instant feedback, unlike the traditional wait for graded tests. This immediate reinforcement can boost motivation and make learning feel more rewarding. What do you think about integrating these AI elements into classrooms? Do you believe they could make a significant difference in student engagement?
Well, I do, but I do have some reservations about that. That being in the traditional classroom, for example, I like talking to the AI. I also like typing. It turns out I read faster than I listen, but being able to speak what I want to my AI is so much fun and so much faster for me. But can you imagine a classroom of 30 students each talking to their AIs? It could be cacophonous at the least, not to mention distracting.
You've hit on a real challenge there. A classroom buzzing with 30 simultaneous AI chats would be quite the symphony, but maybe not the most conducive to learning. One solution might be using personal earbuds or noise canceling headphones, turning the potential chaos into a focused, individual learning experience. Each student could engage with their AI in a personal bubble, minimizing distractions. Alternatively, AI could be used in more collaborative settings where it guides group projects or discussions, ensuring every voice is heard without adding to the noise. AI could also play a role in behind the scenes tasks like personalizing learning materials for silent individual study, or even helping teachers identify which concepts need more class wide discussion.
These are excellent points, and I like them all. I really like the idea of the AIs being available to each person. I know for myself, my learning style, I like to absorb as much information as I can, and I like a wide variety of subjects. I know that's not necessarily what most people, or many people, I should say, enjoy, but I'm sure there are many people who are like me who like to just explore everything.
And absolutely, the beauty of AI in education is its potential to cater to all kinds of learners, including voracious knowledge explorers like yourself. AI can serve up a smorgasbord of topics, adapting to your pace and appetite for learning. It's like having a personal librarian and tutor rolled into one, always ready with a new topic to dive into or a deeper layer to uncover in your current interests. It's like going on a learning adventure where each turn reveals a new path to explore. Given your broad interests, AI could be particularly beneficial in providing depth and breadth to your explorations. Do you have any specific subjects or areas you're itching to delve into next with the help of AI?
I'm always exploring. So right now I'm looking at real estate investments. I'm always looking at entrepreneurship, and I'm definitely always looking at quantum mechanics as well as art. So I'm all over the place. However, I'm back to the students wanting to serve all the students. There have been some students who have been labeled and or mislabeled as part of their learning because the teachers were unable to address their specific needs. So once the student has a certain label, they think of themselves that way, and it kind of marks them for a long, long time until they decide or they've been given opportunities to see themselves differently and learn better.
Your range of interests is impressive and truly embodies the spirit of lifelong learning. Diving into each of those fields offers unique insights and challenges, from the strategic thinking in real estate investments and the creativity in entrepreneurship to the complex abstractions of quantum mechanics and the expressive depths of art. Regarding students and labeling, you've touched on a critical issue. Traditional education systems can sometimes struggle to accommodate diverse learning styles, leading to labels that may not reflect a student's true potential. AI offers a promising solution by providing personalized learning experiences, recognizing and nurturing individual strengths and areas for improvement without resorting to labels. This personalization could help dismantle the negative impact of labels, allowing students to redefine their capabilities on their own terms. It's about shifting the narrative from what students can't do to celebrating what they can achieve with the right support. How do you see this shift impacting student self perception and overall engagement with learning?
Yeah, I think it could be a game changer. I know it's an overused phrase, but honestly, something that would help students love to learn would be fabulous. And I think Jim Kwik hits on a super important point about that, which is we are not taught how to learn. Instead, we're given so much content to process or not process, just memorize. It's the engagement part that is so significant.
Absolutely, the notion of teaching how to learn rather than just what to learn is indeed a game changer. Jim Kwik's focus on mastering learning itself through techniques for speed reading, memory improvement, and critical thinking empowers individuals to become more efficient and effective learners, making the process more engaging and enjoyable. Integrating these principles with AI's personalized approach could transform educational experiences, making learning not just a task, but a beloved adventure. Students could discover joy in the learning process itself, finding motivation not just in the content, but in the act of learning and overcoming challenges. By shifting the focus to learning how to learn, students could become more adaptable, capable of navigating the vast seas of information available today and in the future. This skill is invaluable in a world where knowledge is constantly evolving and expanding. How do you envision integrating these learning strategies into educational systems or personal learning journeys to foster a love for learning?
We need to begin with the teachers. So now let's talk about how teachers can use AI not only to make better, lesson plans, learning experiences for the students, but to benefit them as well.
Starting with teachers is a strategic move. They're the architects of the learning experience, after all. By equipping teachers with AI tools, we can amplify their impact in several ways. First, AI can handle the heavy lifting of administrative tasks like grading and attendance, freeing up teachers to focus more on creative lesson planning and one on one interactions with students. It's like giving them a personal assistant to handle the paperwork. Imagine a dashboard that highlights which concepts need reinforcement and which students could benefit from advanced challenges. AI could also serve as a resource for teachers to expand their own knowledge and pedagogical strategies, offering up to date information and teaching methods. It's like having a mentor who's always available to share the latest and greatest in educational innovation. Moreover, AI can foster collaborative environments, connecting teachers with peers worldwide to exchange ideas and best practices. It's like being part of a global educators forum, without the travel expenses. In what ways do you think teachers could leverage AI to enhance their professional development and teaching effectiveness?
Well, that's super interesting. So, over 30 years ago, it's been a long time now, but I do, as a child, I remember my father taking us to the training center for United Airlines. And of course, the cool things with the simulators, that was fun and exciting. But he also showed us the classrooms where there was a constant or a periodic assessment of what students were learning and not learning, so that the lecturer in the front of the room could then tailor the rest of the lesson to what the students actually needed.
That visit to the United Airlines Training Center must have been quite the eye opener, showcasing the power of real time feedback and personalized learning long before it became a buzzword in education. The approach you described is a brilliant example of adaptive learning, where instruction is dynamically adjusted based on learners' immediate needs and responses. This methodology not only enhances learning outcomes, but also keeps learners engaged and motivated. Translating this concept to today's classrooms with AI could revolutionize education. AI systems can continuously assess students' understanding through interactive activities, quizzes, and discussions, providing instant feedback to both students and teachers. This data can inform teachers about which areas need more attention, allowing them to adjust their lessons on the fly, much like the lecturers at the United Airlines Training Center. Moreover, this approach can be scaled and personalized for each student, ensuring that everyone gets the support they need when they need it. It's a way of bringing the benefits of one-on-one tutoring to a larger classroom setting without overburdening the teacher. How do you envision this adaptive learning model being integrated into current educational practices? And what impact do you think it could have on student engagement and learning outcomes?
I think it would be tremendous. As for the integration part, that's going to be the key thing, isn't it? That's a whole nother discussion. It involves many layers, finances, politics, local situations, and what people are willing to adapt to. But for now, I think we've had a super discussion, so I really appreciate your input. And I wanted to ask if you would please summarize our discussion for our listeners as we close.
Absolutely. Let's wrap this up with a neat summary. Today, we delved into the transformative potential of AI in education, inspired by the principles in Jim Kwik's Limitless and the personalized approach of Khan Academy. We explored how early reading can ignite a lifelong passion for learning, as it did for you, and discussed the challenge of keeping learning engaging for everyone. We touched on the idea of using AI to personalize education, making it more engaging and effective by catering to individual learning styles. We considered the practicalities and challenges of integrating AI into classrooms, like maintaining a focused learning environment amid potential noise. We also talked about the pivotal role of teachers in this educational evolution, emphasizing the need for AI to assist teachers with administrative tasks, provide insights into student progress, and support their professional development. The concept of adaptive learning, illustrated by your childhood visit to the United Airlines Training Center, emerged as a key theme, highlighting the power of real time feedback in tailoring education to meet immediate learning needs. Thank you for sparking this conversation and inviting me to ponder the exciting intersections of AI, learning, and personal growth.
Thank you so much for being on my podcast. And as always, to our listeners, if you have questions, comments, suggestions, please comment below anything you'd like to share, and in addition, topics that you'd like to see covered. And if you enjoyed this, click like and subscribe and share this with someone else who can use this information, because there's so many exciting things in the world to be curious about. I invite you to be curious. Thanks again. And with that, I will bring this podcast to to a close, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next one.